What do you call this? If you called this a handicap placard or a handicap pass, like me, you'd be using an outdated term. I was with somebody the other day and I told them, hey, you can park in handicap. And they said, actually, that's a really outdated and offensive term. I was like, how is it offensive? And they didn't know, so I did the research for you. Now, when you first look up the origins of the word handicap, you find the story about how in 1507, King Henry VII made a law that you were able to beg on the streets if you were disabled. So with a cap in your hand, you could beg for money. Now, this connotation of the word handicap implies that disabled people are lazy, they're asking for handouts, that basically they're lesser than society. So I understood, oh, this must be the reason that people think the term handicap is offensive. I get it. Well, then I found out that's not actually the origins of the word. The origin of the word handicap is actually a game from the 1600s. It's a very confusing lottery game where people put money in their caps and they offer up items to each other. And basically, you lose any way you play it, and the referee wins money every single time. It sounds like a really bad lottery game, and there's probably a reason that it's still not played today. At this point, the term handicap was literally just a game, and it was talking about the equity between the two items being exchanged in this lottery game. Later on, the term handicap was being used to describe horse races. Now, to give everyone a fair chance at the race, they would put weights or stones on the fast horses' saddles to slow them down, hence giving them a handicap to make everything more equitable. This use of the term handicap is more synonymous with the word impediment. So some people, again, could find this offensive by saying, hey, we are slowing these horses down by putting stones on them, by putting weights on them. But at the end of the day, it was just to make the race more even. It wasn't until 1915 that handicap was even synonymous with a disabled person. It was a 1915 photo caption of a child with a disability, and it said the handicapped child. By 1958, the term handicap was being used to describe intellectually and physically disabled people. Sometimes it was used in a negative connotation, but typically it was really synonymous with the word disabled. You'll see plenty of news articles and captions using the word handicap with no real connotation, positive or negative, just being used as a word. Personally, after all this research I did, I still don't really understand why it's offensive. To me, when people use a term, they're not normally using it in a negative connotation. It's just the word that they know. However, as some people are telling me that it is disabled, I try to be respectful of the people who do find offense to it and use more appropriate terms like disabled or accessible. So, take that information as you will, but at the end of the day, just be kind to people.